Well, all the credit in the world goes to Alan Dunn, our pitching coach. The guy has just been unbelievable. The way he works with those kids, he just has an amazing ability to bring the best out of them, know what each guy's strengths are, and what their limitations are, and we try to hide those limitations a little bit. But he's just done an amazing job with all those guys. Everybody contributes, and everybody's found their role, and we've been able to pitch pretty deep into our staff pretty effectively. So what did we give up? 1 run. What was the score today? 11-1. One run in 2 games. I think 7 hits all told. Is that right? How many hits did they get today? 5, and they had 2 yesterday. So 7 hits in 2 ball games with this at stake. Part of it is our defense, because I've always said that if you want to pitch well, you better play good defense behind them. And I've talked in nauseam, I know, about our defense, but you just can't say enough about it. Like I said, it was suffocating today for Oklahoma. They must have felt like they were hitting against 12 or 13 players out there in the field because of the way our kids play defense. So, when you pitch and you catch the ball, you got a chance to win every day. You just got to figure out a way to scratch a few runs together. And if your lineup's pretty solid, usually you can find a way to score some runs.
Right here.
Paul, I saw you kind of glance off the trophies. I guess 2009. Talk about the intangibles. I guess that team, or any team, has to have to get to where you are right now. Do you feel that this team has everything it needs?
It's amazing that you picked that up. I was sitting here while the boys were talking. I just was thinking, we're going to have to scoot those trophies over. We're going to get another one on this side and a couple over here. So, I'm really proud of this room. This room reeks of tradition and history and winning history. And, the coaches before me have done, unbelievable things in developing this program. And I get to be the custodian of it now. And I'm proud of any contributions that we make during my time here. But this team is special, Mike. I knew it before the year began. I told you guys that. Everybody wanted to dwell on what happened at the end of last year, and I kept saying all that happened from last year was us gaining a lot of confidence in the belief that we could do it. We had some weaknesses on our team last year, and yet we got to be 1 game away from Omaha, and that gave us a lot of belief in ourselves. We added a few key pieces to the puzzle this year. We were fortunate that Mason and Rafe came back, and the team just gelled. So much of the credit goes to Alex Bregman. I know this kid has, gotten a lot of plaudits and deservedly so. But let me tell you, his demeanor, his personality has added so much to the chemistry of this team. And Rafe and Mason were never jealous of Alex. They accepted him, and Alex was always respectful of them. And they just meshed so well. And the personalities of the team, it's been really, I know we use this term, family way too often probably. Everybody thinks just because you win, everybody wants to throw out terms like family, but these kids generally like each other. And when you like each other and you dedicate a lot of time together, you don't give up easily. You've invested a lot. It's been such a great group of kids to coach. My goodness, coming to the field every day has been a joy. Can I just compliment the hats on you two guys? You try to keep up with Scott there, Randy, with that, what is it called? Panama Jack? Hunter, are you taking some notes from these older guys?
You don't need notes on those hats?
Oh, okay. As a guy who didn't, I assume didn't hit a lot of first numbers himself.
Why would you assume that? Oh. I broke the NCAA record for the most consecutive games batting 9th in the order. What are you talking about?
You had to have liked the way you guys fall behind. Same question I asked you. You chipped away, you manufactured. You didn't get a big blow until late.
Well, we gave up that run early, and then when we let me think about how that inning happened in front of Ibarra. Rafe got a base hit to lead off the 2nd inning. And, I don't normally like to bunt that early in the game, especially with Ibarra. But Ibarra's struggling a little bit, and we fell behind by 1. And I just thought, I'm not going to play for a big inning here. I just want to try to get a run to get us back even, just to stay right there with them. I just didn't want to get us into a hole. So Ibarra put down the beautiful bunt, and then Jacoby came through with the clutch hit there to tie it up. So, we've again talked way too much about the way the game has changed, but I've always kind of believed, I'm a little backwards in the way I think against tradition. Like a lot of people think, you know, you play for big innings early. I actually like to play for a run early so that you don't get into a hole too deep. And then once you get ahead, now you play for a big inning to try to break the game open. And it worked today. You know, Jacoby came through with the big hit there to tie the ball game up. But you know, it's just the kids scratched and clawed and did what they had to do. You know, I think that game a week ago against CM Houston, when we fell behind 5-1, really gave our team a lot of confidence that even if we fall behind, the ball game's not over. And you know, Ryan Eade struggled a little bit at the beginning there, and then he righted himself, and I think he gave us 3 shutout innings in a row, if I'm not mistaken. And then unfortunately we had the rain delay, and I just didn't want to bring him back after throwing. He had 65 pitches, and after an hour delay, I just didn't want to do that to the kids. So, you know, I felt like he got us deep enough into the game that we could turn it over to the bullpen, and those guys rose to the occasion.
Scott, I'm right.
Coach, when you guys won it in '09, you had been to Omaha the year before, and you'd gotten to experience it. This situation's a little different. Can you talk about, you know, how you get the guys ready for that experience?
Yeah.
They haven't been out there?
Well, you know, it's something I'm going to have to address. There's no question about it, Scott. I thought the experience in '08 helped us in '09. I wish we'd have gone last year, and it probably would have helped us for this year. But, you know, a good friend of mine once told me, too, that if experience was a prerequisite, then we would have never put a man on the moon, right? Nobody had ever been there before. How did you know you could do it for sure? I remember when South Carolina won the championship in '10, they hadn't been to Omaha for 5 years. So, you know, there's no rule that says you have to be there the year before in order to win it. But I'm going to try to, you know, prepare the guys as best we can about what to expect. Fortunately, in today's era, there's so much technology. They can see video. They can, you know, see a lot of the things. But it's going to be cool. I think playing here at LSU, though, really makes the transition much easier, because look at this. I think I counted 16 cameras here watching us today at this press conference. These kids go out to practice every day. There's always a lot of media there, and you know, so I don't think it's going to be anything that's going to blow them away when we get there. The autograph seekers, the media coverage, the big crowds, the beautiful ballparks. That kind of sounds like normal to us.